Ryan started collecting hot toys after watching a suggested video on YouTube. Talk to your friends about hot toys and a support plan that's right for you. Some people have had changes in behavior, hostility, agitation, depression, mood, and loss of relationships while buying or selling hot toys. If you notice agitation, hostility, depression, or changes in behavior, thinking, or mood that are not typical for you, or if you have more than 50 pre-orders, stop collecting hot toys and contact your spouse right away. Side effects may include divorce, potential loneliness, low credit score, hair loss, lack of work productivity, emotional damage, or prolonged virginity. Do not collect hot toys if you're allergic to hot toys, have an addictive personality, don't like waiting 2 years for releases, want the Mark 46 reissued, or want anything other than Marvel, DC, or Star Wars. Until you know how hot toys collecting will affect you, use caution when navigating social media. Hot toys should not be collected with a desire to be financially stable. Talk to your friends to see if collecting hot toys is right for you.
That's right. Warn your friends, take care of your friends, and don't let them get into this insane hobby. Just don't let them do it. Because then you have buying things
lots of things
that you just, number one, you buy things that you don't need. Well, I guess you don't need any. You don't need them. And number two, you'll end up buying multiples of the same thing, and it just gets out of hand. And then you get into, I want the 6 scale, and then I want the quarter scale, and you go, oh crap, there's a statue. That's awesome. I need that. And then I need a life-size helmet.
Army building.
Then you
go army building imaginary friends.
Army building. Then you join Facebook groups, and then they all enable you. It's just bad. It's just bad. Just stay out of it. Unless for those that are already in it and screwed, welcome to another stream of enabling and helpful tips and tricks. So, what's up, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. We've got Brendan over here. We got Shane down here. And I recruited these fellas because I wanted to discuss in more depth this particular release, this Mark V suit up release, which I know Brendan has. And from my understanding, he has posed it for the first and last time.
Mm-hmm. And I did not even get as far as you.
Okay, we'll talk about that. And Shane wants this figure, but he goes, like, why?
That is not a valid question in this hobby.
So I want to talk about this and some of the pros and cons of this at length that sometimes you can do in a video, but at least here we're going to have interaction. So if you have questions about this figure, we got some other topics, but if you have questions about the Mark V suit up, we'll try to answer them in the chat from our time to spend with this. But anyways, before we get into that, have you guys gotten anything else into the collection? I know, Shane, you've been building Boba Fett armies. So have you got any? You did get something new.
I did.
You did.
I got the speeder. The swoop bike.
Swoop bike.
Swoop bike.
Okay.
That came in new.
How is it?
I like it. It's pretty cool.
If you had to choose between swoop bike and Return of the Jedi speeder bike, as far as what would you choose? Not talking about nostalgia. I'm talking about like the production piece. Yeah,
I don't know. I like this one.
Yeah.
Nostalgia wise, definitely the Return of the Jedi speeder. Just because, that's just that's the first time we saw a speeder or whatever. But this is so cool. I really like this thing. I mean, I got it and I was like, I ordered it. I was like, I gotta have it. Goes to the Mandos, and I got it in, and it's really neat. I really, really like this thing.
I don't have that yet. Is it
price?
Is it more sturdy than the speeder bike, or is it about the same?
Yeah, I mean it's more. I'd say it's more sturdy because there's less things to break on it.
Okay,
I guess. And the way they did these little bars right here, they come off really easy. They're not really easy, but they're not really jammed in there. So if something did pull it, it's not going to break it.
So if it fell over because there was a slight breeze, somebody left the window open, would it just fall apart?
No.
Whoa.
No,
and he stayed on there?
Yeah, well, his hand came off.
Wow. See, I don't have that yet. See, you guys were giving me a hard time the other day because I bought the Blurg, which is somewhere around here. It's over there somewhere. Yeah, it's over there. I bought the Blurg, which is a complete ridiculous purchase, and then you go out and buy this bike, which is essentially just a mechanical Blurg.
Basically, yeah. I mean,
I'm not getting either, but if I did
He can
between
turn.
the two, I'd probably go with the bike.
Oh,
He can turn. Yeah, it does a little bit of articulation there. I like the mixed media. The bags on there are actual canvas or whatever that is.
yeah.
I mean,
And
the
the
detailing is
Chrome
nice.
Mando comes with more stuff to put on it.
Right. Yeah, and you can
Yeah.
do that. You can do that. But I think I'm gonna keep him on there and put the thing. I think I might get a wired cape for him so that he has the little.
You could also just get the standard version of the Chrome Mando, and then if that falls over and breaks, then you can just put it all on his back and have him carry it.
Make a backpack out of the swoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because it like the crossbar is the handlebar to the swoop bike, so that
Yeah.
You could absolutely kit bash you know.
I can make that right now.
Do you guys remember what's in those pouches that he carries on the bars? Y'all remember what's in those?
The chest plate, the vest with the chest armor.
The little packet, the square, the cubes. Do you remember what's in there?
No.
Yeah, but isn't one of them the vest?
Yeah, that's one thing. But I'm talking about in the cube, and I've got him. He's way.
Oh, the smaller one.
The cube. Oh, damn it. Hold on.
That fish lady's eggs?
No.
That's all. That was my best guess.
Let me put him up real quick. Get him on my face.
Well, hello, people. It's just me now.
Well, I just put him back.
Those other guys suck. Oh, wait. No, okay. Sorry.
There we go.
All right. No, I'm talking about these things right here. This giant cube. You remember what
I
that
was
is?
saying.
It's an
I
air
was
mattress.
saying I thought the air mattress.
No. It's crate dragon meat.
Ooh,
Is it?
okay.
Yeah. You remember when they cut up the dragon?
Oh, that's
killed the
right.
dragon?
He brought
And
him back that.
He sliced off a little chunk of crate dragon steak.
So where's the vest?
And he's going to use the flames from the jetpack to cook it.
Maybe it's in this one.
I could
But
take
yeah,
apart one of my
yeah.
bobas.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's got the jetpack, and then we got the helmet, right?
Now, did they
and-
actually put some like 6-scale crate meat in there? Like you could open it up and it's in there.
Well, I actually did, and I put it on the pellet smoker, and
Nice.
so I've actually just replaced that with just foam. Mine's just foam now. I cooked the actual crate meat.
I dig it.
But yeah, pretty cool piece. Just saying.
That helmet. Is that the same helmet that just comes with the regular Boba Fett?
Yeah, it's the repaint.
two-pack?
one. Yeah, it is. It's the same helmet. So if you broke your other one, there's an extra one. Because it just slides onto that styrofoam circle.
Right.
thing. Yeah.
I kind of like that method because you can adjust it to really suit your needs when you're posing or whatever.
Agreed. Let's see here. Hold on. Let's see. Carlos says, "What's rocking?" Evan says, "Off topic, any news about Jesse?" I'm assuming you mean clone trooper Jesse, and the answer is no.
I did get this in.
Did you draw that yourself?
Yes.
I feel like you're not telling the
I'd go
truth.
with it.
I feel like
No,
you're not telling the
I
truth.
love. So this is actually by this artist Kyle Willis, and I got a compendium, a book of his that has all these great covers, and this one is Wolverine. But this is like, it's his artwork, his drawing and painting on top of actual like comic book pages.
Oh, nice.
So there are different like pieces. So when you look closely, you can see the actual text. You can see images that are all within there from the comic book pages. And this one's Wolverine, but he's got a like insane amount of collages with all these other ones. But
Nice.
I saw this one and I was like, I gotta get that.
Did they sneak any like DC ones in there somewhere?
Not that I've found, although I
No.
wouldn't be surprised, like if you'd find some surprising ones. I bet if you look closely at the different ones, you'll find some like, oh wow, I can't believe they put that one in there,
Right.
because he just pulls from like Silver Age, Golden Age, like whatever, depending on the character and what kind of thing that he's trying to make. But
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was $35 framed. It's awesome.
Oh, you can't be mad at that. That's good.
No.
I have artwork that I need to hang, and I just don't have time to mess with it yet. So I want to Weasel Shane.
I also have your favorite figure that you need to get.
Oh yeah. There's a 0% chance of me getting that. Yeah.
And
0%.
the Boy Wonder. Got him on here too.
I'm not getting the bulge. I'm not gonna do it. So Shane, tell me about why what's your debate with this?
Okay, to me it's a diorama piece. You put it together and you just leave it like, because he really honestly there's not a whole lot you can pose him. You know, maybe getting like you showed in your video where you got him on it doesn't look right. No. You know, with his hands on the suitcase and all that stuff. I mean,
and it's a complete pain in the ass. I know, Brendan, you didn't try that.
Look, for a diorama piece, $405, whatever it is, something like that, is a lot. I would rather have the construction suit because you can put it up.
Is great and
you
so
plug
much
it in.
cheaper.
It's done, easy to go. You know, and it's a really nice backdrop type piece. You know, it looks great right there. And then that's another thing. You got his arms out. That's real estate right there. That's that's 8 inches, 9 inches of real estate.
Because there is no mobility in this because the armor's going to hit itself.
Oh, none at all. None at all.
There's none. And so you said you would possibly get it if it was on heavy discount.
Yeah.
Which
down the road.
It probably will be at some point somewhere. Yeah.
I think so. I do think this is 100 times better than the holographic Iron Man that we got 2 years ago.
I love my holographic Iron Man.
I know you love it, but it's garbage.
It poses.
As limited as far as posing and everything, and as frustrating as I'd take this over the holographic or neon tech, anything like that, any day of the week. Even the neon tech and gantry that they just put out. Like,
how did you end up posing yours, Brendan? I didn't even ask. How did you end up doing yours?
Very similar to yours, except I basically stopped with the torso. I was like, you know what? I'm not, because also I can the pop of color with the the pants with the suit and stuff. So I have him just stopped right here.
Okay.
And the figure looks great. Like the sculpt is phenomenal.
It really is.
And the armor. But see, I also didn't I did not actually click the pieces in to connect them. They're kind of just like using friction to stay on. But they're so hard to get to. So like you can't actually see that or even feel when how like with some you can feel when it's lined up, it just went in and now I just need to push it more. You cannot do that with this. And they will break if you try and force it. Like you cannot exert a lot of pressure on this guy. So mine, like even right here, the hip pieces are not connected. I'm basically, pretending that they're just about to be, like they're coming on.
Yeah,
so
that's probably smart. I got one of mine connected.
And 100% it's going like just 6 months to a year, you take this off and that suit is just going to be demolished. Like the racing suit underneath it, like if you want to have the armor on it, just, say your goodbyes, take a nice long look at the suit before you put the armor on. Cause it will not be the same when you take the armor off. It just won't.
No, it won't. And let me, I didn't show this in the video because honestly, I was just so pissed off with this thing. But so the shoes they slide on, like that's easy. No big deal. That's whatever. But this section right here, literally you have to stretch the armor. You have to like almost pull open the armor like you're ripping up a rib cage on an autopsy and rip that open and then slide it over the racing suit, which we all know is a problem. And then it clamps down on it so hard. It's not going anywhere. There's zero movement anywhere in there.
The suit also just bunches up so like in such an ugly way when you're putting on like the forearm pieces, when you're putting on the leg pieces. It just it gets in the way and makes it harder to like click into place the different armor pieces. I realize so I don't usually use light up functions on figures because with Hot Toys they tend to suck. They last like 3 minutes and they're not that bright. But I wanted to see it at least once on this. What I didn't realize until I was actually putting this thing together is that, okay, well, I got the batteries in, then I put the bicep and the forearm armor on, and then the corresponding hands. And it was a pain to get those to click and stay in place and, you know, have the suit not bunch up and block it. And then I was like, you got to be kidding me. I got to take all of that off to flick this switch to put the lights on and then put it all back on.
Yep.
And then if I want to turn the switch off, I got to do that whole process again. And I got to do it for both sides. Nope. So I
not
put all
even
the
including
batteries
the
in.
chest armor. Like
I put all the batteries in, didn't even light it up. Because once I had the armor on, I was like, no, I'm not doing that. No way in hell.
Yeah.
That was a demoralizing moment. I'm not gonna lie.
I did test the light up function of the arm because I wanted to see could I flip the switch like through the suit, like if you just wear it like under the shirt,
right?
Flip the switch, and you can do that. I'm not sure if it's a good idea, but you can. But yeah, you're right. Once you get all this stuff on there, game over.
Yeah. I was like, nope, not doing it.
And by the time you flip the switch and then get this stuff to snap into place,
it's dead.
It's dead.
I'll use what I learned on Reading Rainbow when I was a child. Just use your imagination.
Right. If they would have
see the lights.
2 things to this figure, I would have bought it. And that's a clean head sculpt and a helmet. His racing helmet. So that way I can leave all the armor in the box.
The helmet would have been a really good. I didn't even think of that. That would have been a really good inclusion.
Because you could leave all the stuff in the box, not even mess with the armor, and still have your racing suit.
I like that.
You know, where he can hold his helmet, or even if you could even put it on him or something like that. That would be pretty cool. Like how they did the
3D print racing helmet.
They also should have made the suit battle damaged underneath because it was all like torn and dirtied up before you put the armor on.
I fully expect that dude overseas that does those customs. I fully expect him to do that.
William Owens in the chat said, I'm really concerned that the suit will get damaged. No, it's not like a concern. It is an absolute guarantee, 100%. Guaranteed. So you just have to make your peace with it if you want this figure. Like, it's not a question of, oh, man, I think it might. No, it will. So you just have to live with it if you want it.
I'm at the point where I like the Mark V proportions so much better. Like, it's just a greater thing, right? I'm considering, and I haven't decided yet, is taking all this crap off and just having him hold the suitcase so I can have the contrast of the blue suit holding the suitcase next to this. I mean, because I already have this, right? So
I think that honestly might be the better option. But for me, see, I don't even really like the Mark V armor that much. It's like I'm not. It's just not. You know, I like the classic red and gold Iron Man. You know, and also just the design of the silver parts, and so it's. I don't hate it. It's just it's not a favorite of mine. So it was easy for me to pass on the full, die-cast Mark V. The only reason why I got this one is because I liked that it was different than all my other Iron Man. It was like kind of like the construction version where it's something different because it's like the armor is coming on. And I think that's a cool moment in the movie. And I liked that in my display.
Yeah.
So that's why I got this, even though I skipped the Mark V, like full die-cast armor.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't because it's fantastic and it's on sale everywhere. It's a freaking beautiful piece.
Oh, I love it. It's a nice figure.
I mean, and you get all the battle damage pieces. I like
the classic comic concept one better though.
We're going to discuss that one later. But yeah, I what I would say for this is some people are saying get the third party race suit, and maybe I haven't seen it in person. And
that's a good idea.
That might not be a bad idea.
What about 3D printing the racing helmet?
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be a thing. I'll have to find a file. I mean, I can literally take a 1-to-1 scale one and print and then scale it down.
Yeah. It's just matching the colors, like the blue for the suit, if you can,
But I would recommend getting this if you're an Iron Man completionist or just you just really love Iron Man 2. I would get it.
If you're an Iron Man or MCU completionist, it really is a good figure to have. You just like, you know, do a little meditation, a little husa, like the day that you're about to assemble it, because it will be frustrating. But like,
don't have any beverages because you need all your dexterity, 100%.
Right.
Don't risk
yeah.
anything.
Also, just be forewarned, if you've got sausage fingers, it's gonna be even harder for you.
Oh yeah, that's also
like
a thing.
if you got some thickums, thicker than a Snickers, then it's gonna be a challenge.
I tell you what I do like. One of my favorite things about this whole thing is the flipping bass. I think that's awesome.
I did like that bass. I never knew that was a thing until you showed it.
It came with this little, street.
Yeah,
I like both.
Really like
I think they both look good.
But this one right here, that looks good with the suit.
Stork.
Yeah, it does kind of look like Stork. It really does. But I like that. I think
this will also look really good if you have Whiplash. Like, to have him next to Whiplash, they'll look really cool.
Right.
So there's definitely a market for this, but I think, knowing the difficulties that it has, I think a lot of people are going to be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to skip this one. And it makes sense. I get it.
Well, moving on. I have a serious question for you guys. And I saw this on TikTok or somewhere, or I don't remember where I saw this, but I was like, that's pretty good. Let's have that discussion. So I wanted to have it. So I'm going to put up on the screen here, share screen. And I figured it's a valid discussion to have. And the question was, who wins in a fight?
Ooh.
And it has nothing to do with Hot Toys. I just want to know who wins. Who do you think wins in the fight? We got a John Wick Hot Toy. We got a third party Daniel Craig. We never have gotten a Ethan Hunt or a Jason.
Is this just straight fisticuffs, or are we talking?
No. This is all out. They have a whole film of them going after each other. Who wins with whatever tools necessary, whatever.
Is it just based on just the movies they've been in?
Well, it's based on the character.
The characters they've played, right?
Yeah. Character. So that's the question for the chat as well.
Are they on the ground, or are they like in like a cargo plane flying through the sky? Because
are they hanging on the side of the plane?
Ethan Hunt takes it there. But if this is just like in a nightclub or in like on the ground,
this is on planet Earth. On planet Earth, because they all travel.
You know, the sad thing is, I think 007 comes in last place. I think it's John Wick, Jason Bourne, Ethan Hunt, and then James Bond.
Interesting.
See, I don't know. In Mission Impossible, he does impossible things.
He does.
Yeah, but he does them all, so they're really possible. It's really Mission Possible.
All right, well, do it. So
if he actually failed one, like, it would be like, okay, yeah, he failed.
Do it one at a time. Does John Wick beat James Bond?
Yes.
Oh, without question. Like, without question.
Right. Does John Wick beat Jason Bourne?
I don't know, man.
No.
Jason Bourne rolled up a magazine and almost killed somebody with it. Like,
yeah,
I think that's more impressive than the pencil.
Yeah, Jason Bourne's a bad dude, man. He's
yeah. Now, if there's a gun involved, if John Wick can get his hands on a gun, game over.
I say Bourne, Wick, Ethan, and then Bond. And I love Bond, but
I do too. And honestly, Daniel Craig is my favorite James Bond.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
But I just he was, he was tough and he was good in the action sequences, but I don't know, maybe it's also because, like, I feel like the Mission Impossible movies, I feel like, have eclipsed the James Bond franchise.
Bond and Hunt have teams they work with. That's fair. There are no teams in this situation. They got to work alone.
Well, I mean, Bourne, Matt Damon did have Julia Stiles.
Yeah, but he didn't really need her.
Yeah. She died.
It was more of a, okay, you're here, let's put you to work kind of thing. He didn't really need her. William says, John Wick. Benjamin says, Bond with all his gadgets at his disposal. I would say that Ethan Hunt had better gadgets.
Yeah.
John Wick.
Bourne doesn't need gadgets.
All right, so if we went into, all right, so let me ask you this. Let's look at the will to survive. Who has the motive? Who has the best motivation to win the fight, like out of these guys. Bond's just hired. He's a hired hand until the last film, obviously, but he's just a hired hand. So, and he clearly just said, "I'm out of here and went on vacation for a while." So he actually did that. Bourne tried to do that until the CIA did their, or they did their things. Ethan Hunt, hired hand. John Wick, they killed his dog.
Yeah, but Ethan Hunt, like, he goes so far beyond what any other agent would ever do, and he does it every time. And most of the time, he's disavowed. Like, most of the time, he could just be like, screw this noise. I'm out. I'm going to live on a beach somewhere. But he doesn't. So I think his motivation is up there.
Yeah. I would say that there is no motivation higher than somebody hurting your dog. I don't think, I mean, other than a loved one, but that a dog, I'm just saying it's up there, man. For me, I don't know. I'm just being devil's advocate here. John Wick took out the entire Russian, I think he meant mob.
Yeah.
Because they go, see, Wick, they killed his dog. Yeah, so you guys are on the same page. Did any of the others kill Wick's new dog? If yes,
that's fair.
Wick, yeah,
I would take a 6 scale of all of these, though.
Oh, absolutely.
I have John Wick, but
there's a third party Daniel Craig, but it's really not all that good. I never got it.
No, it didn't look good.
The other two, I feel like a third party Tom Cruise would be like the size of Jen Erso.
I mean, Matt Damon's not that much bigger.
He's not. But I mean, we obviously got Keanu, and they're doing they said they got the Hot Toys got the license for John Wick 4, so we'll get another version of.
No. Hot Toys got the worldwide license for Keanu Reeves.
Oh, I thought
because that's the only figure they're gonna make from that movie.
Oh, yes, true. That's
just
true.
Like the Matrix, just like Cyberpunk 2077, which I have, and I absolutely love that figure. I enjoyed the game, and the figure is great. But don't anybody be confused. It doesn't matter who's in this movie and how amazing it is. They're going to make a Keanu Reeves, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah, that's true.
And the thing is, I don't know if there's really going to be a reason to buy it unless you missed out on the other one, because it's going to. I feel like it's going to look the exact same.
Even the third party ones that are all bloodied up, they look pretty good. I think
they do, but like. Other than maybe a few different like guns or something, like what maybe a couple of accessories.
Same thing, right?
It's gonna be a black suit with tie. It's gonna be some guns, and it's gonna be a little bit of a bloodied up Keanu Reeves head sculpt.
Well, maybe they'll have better ankles because the other one's got those ankle extenders. I freaking hate them things.
Yeah, but I just don't see. It's a weird thing. It's totally Howard Chan, because if John Wick were played by a different character, that first one never would have gotten made.
Sure.
And they definitely wouldn't be doing another one from John Wick 4.
I don't know what. Maybe switches to a blue suit.
Or red.
Yeah, probably not though. But I'm just saying.
Blood.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a bloodied up battle damage version.
I don't know.
They haven't done that. So
it would be cool. Well,
I mean, it came with all the weapons on the first version and the coins and the whole thing. I don't know.
I would be down if they did like a 2-pack with like a John Wick, and then I don't know what his character's name's going to be in it, but Donnie Yen is in this, because they've already done Donnie Yen's head sculpt with Chirrut Imwe,
right, from
Rogue One, which I have, and it's a really good sculpt.
Yeah,
so if they went back to that well and they made whatever character he is from the movie, then I'd probably do that.
John Wick, under the circumstance, if his dog dying is like saying, does Batman have prep time?
Yeah.
The real question is John Matrix or John Rambo?
John Matrix?
I think he means, I'm not sure what he means.
John, that's a character. I can't
John
remember
Matrix
from
is
what.
a character. If
I
it
don't
is,
know
I'm
what
drawing
that
a
is.
blank. Here, I'm gonna Google it because I'm drawing a blank.
But I mean, Rambo.
Oh! He's talking about from Predator.
There you go.
Oh,
Schwarzenegger.
okay.
I knew I
Okay.
knew that name.
Sorry, I was drawing a blank.
Rambo. I'll take Rambo. That 3-0 Rambo looked pretty good.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah,
I want
Hmm.
Stallone from. Give me Stallone, Wesley Snipes, and Sandra Bullock from Demolition Man.
Give
I take
me
that all
Mel
day.
Gibson and Danny Glover.
Yeah.
The Weapon. I would
There you go.
love to have that set right there.
I would go Arnold Schwarzenegger
And
Last
Joe
Action
Pesci.
Hero.
Oh, that would be good too.
Oh God, I love that movie.
Pesci, you said?
Yeah, you'd have to have Pesci in there with Danny Glover and Mel Gibson.
What was that? 3?
Well, if we're going with that, then
That was the third one, yeah.
I'm going to bypass all of that and go.
No, he was in 2.
No,
Sorry,
I'm going
2
my
and then
cousin,
3.
my cousin Vinny.
Oh.
Him and Marissa Tomei 2-pack. Done.
There you go.
I have strongly advocated for a battle damaged Aunt May from No Way Home.
Oh, too soon, man.
I want just like a dead Aunt May with like the eyes just open, staring blankly.
I know of a company that can make you a figure that you think it's dead or broken. Just saying.
That is true.
Not saying any names. All right. Well, there's that guy. I think the overwhelming winner in that was John Wick. However, the next question we have is, which one do you choose? We got Mark 7, Mark 6, Comic Origins, Mark 85 Battle Damage.
6.
What's the best suit?
I'm a 6. That's 4 and 6 my favorite.
Shane, I'd give you at least a 7.5.
I won't take more than a 5.
So he says Mark 6.
Just
which one of these do you have, Weasel? You got all these?
all of them.
Okay. You have the Comic Origins one too? Interesting. I didn't know you had that one. That's pretty cool. What about you, Brennan?
I got all of them. I will say I like the Comic Origins.
Yeah.
For me, here's the thing. It makes it easier if you're, because these are all 4 really great figures. If you are hardcore MCU and you're not like big into comic reading or just that classic style, then you can eliminate that one. And at least now you're choosing between 3 and not 4. Yep. But for me, I love the MCU. The Mark 85 is right above me, like battle damage next to Thanos, like makes for a great display. But just my heart is with that classic armor from the concept version. So it's a very like Alex Ross style design. And so for me, that wins.
And let's be honest, the Mark 85 is a glorified power pose figure because everybody's got it in the same pose. Everybody.
Battle damage, yeah.
The battle damage version.
It's all on the snap. It's like this thing.
Yeah.
Set it and forget it, and you never pose it again.
And it's like, even if you're one of those people who you don't like to have the same pose that everybody else has, you're still going to put the Mark 85 battle damage in that kneeling down snap pose because it's just, it's iconic. And why would you display it any other way?
Yeah, I am notorious for going, oh, that person has it in this pose. Screw that. I'm changing it. Like that's a thing for me. It bugs me. But you're right. That's what it's doing.
Well, especially if you have the battle damage Thanos, because they put in that like surprised, like that like shocked look, like I just lost.
Yep.
And so if you have the battle damage Mark 85 and then that Thanos with that head sculpt, it's just meant to be. Like, how can you not do it?
Right. I'm going to go with you. I don't own the Mark 6. I'm hoping they reissue it at some point. That would be great. Which I know they will because it's Hot Toys. So eventually it'll show up.
Yeah.
The Mark 7 has the most amount of accessories and just appearance options.
It also has the most unnecessary because who's going to display it in pod mode?
Everybody.
Of course.
I have I have 4 Mark 7s.
See,
I have 2 Midas and 2 Mark 7s because I made my concept Mark 7, which is now we added that to the list. That Mark 7 is my favorite of all the Iron Man because I made that one, and it has the classic colors to it.
Nepotism.
And so, yeah.
That's fair. I mean, the Mark 7 is, I mean, phenomenal as far as the figure.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. But if I had to choose, and I don't do this often, and I don't do this lightly, I agree with Brendan. So the Comic Origins one,
Come on in, the water's warm.
No, it stands out on the shelf amongst all your other stuff.
And so many people were hating on it because of the plastic parts.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal.
And people are realizing once they got it in hand, oh wow, even despite those plastic parts, which you can take most of them off and still, it's just such a good figure. And people started realizing that it came out, and more people are starting to pick it up because they're hearing how good it really is in hand. It's phenomenal.
The only plastic on that I can't stand is the ones on the feet.
Yeah,
that's the only ones. I can handle the rest of them.
You can take the part off of the shins and the calves, but you can't take the part off the actual bottoms, the actual feet.
Yeah, and that drives me insane. So
there are people who repainted them, and it looks amazing.
Yeah,
there are people who painted the whole plastic torso part and the boots, and you definitely lose some of the detail that's underneath and that shading and stuff, but it still looks really good. I've seen people do that, and it looked phenomenal. So there are options, but it's such a great figure. Plus, you also have the swap out faceplate with the pointed part.
The pointed
and that's
one?
what I have on mine.
Yeah, it's a very versatile figure. The deluxe base is kind of a pain to put those little pieces together, but it's a really cool display piece. I will say that when the diecast Mark III reissue comes out, it will compete. It will probably be neck and neck with the classic concept one for me.
Yeah, I thought they were going to reissue the Mark VI, and then they go, no, it's quarter scale. I'm going, damn it, whatever. But
with the gantry, right?
No, that's the Mark IV.
The Mark IV because
they're doing the Mark. Well, at least they've teased the Mark VI quarter scale. I don't know if it's up for order yet. May not.
I don't believe.
I know they had it on display a few times. Yeah. But yeah, that was that one. So, all right, here's the next one. This is a WTF. That's what this list is. Like, why do these exist? So here we go. WTF.
King Shark for me.
Why do these? I would love Brendan to explain the blogger photos for King Shark and the differences between them.
I had texted you. I sent you a message, and I was like, "There are 27 pictures. They just needed one. It does. There's nothing else it does. They just needed one."
To be fair, you could have gone with 4.
Well, his arm does this.
One from each side.
All right, yeah, you could have done the mugshot approach, straight on, side. Well, they don't take one of your back, but I was back. I was like, 27, really? And me, like an idiot, I swiped through all of them, and I'm like. At the end of it, I got to the last one. I'm like, what did I expect? Did I think suddenly magically a joint was going to appear and it was going to do something that it didn't do in the previous 26 photos? Right. I felt like such a schmuck.
Well, here's the question. Did you buy it?
Oh, God, no.
Okay.
No.
Out of all these, that's the only one I would buy.
That's a valid point. I would disagree with you, but that I understand.
I like him the best out of all of those.
I did not get
cool.
I didn't get any of these. Maybe. If I were to get one, I would go with Iron Strange. The reason is structurally it's a really good figure because it's the Mark 50, right? And so it's a good die cast figure. I do like the look of the chest plate. To me, the appeal is that this was a concept from the Infinity War movie that they didn't make. So it's kind of a cool inside baseball type thing to have. The head sculpt looks great, but the thing is you can also put a normal chest plate on it, and then you can put a normal head on it. So if you bought this, you could have 2 Mark 50s, and you could have your Robert Downey Jr. head sculpt on the one you have, and take the helmet and put it on this, and now you've got a regular Mark 50 completely suited up, and then you can take that Benedict Cumberbatch head sculpt, and you could kit bash something else.
Dude, the problem with that is you can buy a Mark 50 for like $200. If you wanted the second Mark 50.
Well, yeah, but you'll be able to you'll be able to get this for $150, $200 in a couple months.
Here's where I think the reason to buy the Iron Strange, which I did not, because I just don't. For me, I didn't need it. The reason to buy it would be for the accessories, not to get the accessories. So I will probably be looking for somebody to part it out, Toy Anxiety, something like that, to get the accessories, because I do like the whole array of stuff.
Yeah,
I like the accessories that should have been with the Mark 50. And then even after they did the accessory pack, they still didn't include all the accessories.
I'm saying though, if you like in a couple of months, I bet you this is going to be like 200 change.
Oh yeah, it's
or on like Mercari or something like that. And then you get this, like I said, you've got a complete second Mark 50 that you can use the helmet from their other one if you already have it. So now you've got a masked and unmasked Mark 50, all of the accessories, and a Benedict Cumberbatch head sculpt. I think that's where the
don't give Howard any ideas, man. Minimize
I would not put it past them though.
Neon. Oh, I agree. I mean, out of all of these, you got these are like ones that, and they cut up. You wake up in the morning or whatever. If you're up at 3 a.m. and they go, "Here's a new figure announcement." These are like, you look at them and you're going, "What the hell?" And you just close it. And
somebody got drunk at work.
Like, what the hell, man? Like, what? And in the meantime, we're waiting on our Padme and our Anakin, for 95 years and all the other stuff. But our base Malbus.
But these are,
you get stuff like this.
Somebody bought each one of these. Like, there's a market for it. I'm not denying that. And I don't mind off the beaten path, figures, ideas. If they're trying new stuff, I like that, because maybe one of them will end up hitting for me and I'll get it. Right. But
yeah. See, King Shark would be a purchase for me if they did the rest of the Suicide Squad lineup.
Exactly. And then you'd be like, okay, but also not for the price he goes for. Like,
no.
Way too.
How much is he going for?
Is it close to 4?
It's ridiculous. Yeah. If he was like $100, $125.
Oh, never mind. He's $220. Sorry.
But $220. No real accessories to speak of. No posing whatsoever.
He's got shorts.
He's got shorts. Yeah. Well, it's not. I don't think it's bad price. You got a sculpt. You got paint. I think the price is what it is. I don't have an issue.
They could have made this so much better though. But they could have done blood paint on the mouth.
They should have did the red dress Harley.
Oh, that would have been nice.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
this? But I also wanted and I was sure they were going to make it. I wanted the red and black leather one because I didn't get any of the other Margot Robbie Hot Toys because the visible joints were just so glaring and I hated them. Yeah. And I was waiting for them. And I was like, finally, I'm going to get a Harley Quinn in my collection because they're going to make I have the Hot Toys Arkham game one, which I love.
That's a good one.
But I wanted a Margot Robbie one, and I was like, finally, I'm going to get one. There's no way they don't make that black and red suit. And then they make King Shark.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't make the starfish thing. I'm surprised they didn't make that.
But they could have made this release so much better. Like I said, bloody paint on the teeth, on the mouth, like a severed arm that he could be holding to like.
They could have done a switch out arm. Yeah, they could have done a switch out arm. A peg in arm. He's got the
There's a lot they could have done, and I feel like this was just a baffling release.
Starro, that guy. Yeah, he would have a 6-scale Starro. That's what they should have done. It's the size of a snow speeder.
Yeah, I don't know. This one was weird for me, but like I said, other than like people got really excited for like Padme and Anakin, and obviously because there are never any fights on Facebook. The announcement and the announcement of the Mace Windu went off without a hitch. Everybody was singing "Kumbaya" and holding hands. Everybody was very, very happy about that.
What Facebook were you on?
But
because I heard nothing like horrible.
The Utopian Facebook.
Utopian. He was in a private group with himself.
But that's the thing. It's like we get all these, but you know what? All the buzz has been about. It's been that Heath Ledger Joker from InArt.
Ooh.
That's what people are talking about. It's been the announcement of that Aragorn, which
Yeah,
I will
that was
say
sweet.
flat out right now. I mean, literally every time I tried to watch a Lord of the Rings movie, I fell asleep. I am not a fan of those. It's just people walking in the woods and then you drop a ring and then okay, that's it. Go home and have dinner.
Wow.
They put me to sleep. But that Aragorn is probably no. I'm not probably. I'll say it is the best 1/6 scale head sculpt I have ever seen.
Yeah.
So
I'm
that's
looking
what
forward to
people
it.
are really excited and talking about, not King Shark and Neon Tech. So I feel like Hot Toys needs to really, bring something big to surprise people and to really energize the fan base because a lot of people are talking about 6 scales, but they're more InArt than they are Hot Toys right now.
And their prices aren't as high as everybody was thinking they were going to be, and they're higher, but
they're
not
premium,
as high as.
But you
But
also
look at
have
the figure you're getting.
and the magnetic, the tailoring, the sculpts, the magnetic attachment to the base. They're like that Heath Ledger Joker. It looks so ridiculously amazing. I can't wait for mine to get here.
Oh,
And to the
same.
point where I was like, I had pre-ordered that one. It was like I'm rolling the dice on InArt when they actually started shipping that, and I saw how amazing it was. I was like, okay, you earned enough of my trust. And I got the last pre-order on Pop Collectibles for their Batman.
Did you get the
Robert
rooted or
Pattinson, the Batman.
sculpted Batman?
I got the sculpted. I got the sculpted for the Joker too.
Yeah.
In retrospect, I might have actually gone with the rooted, even though I hate rooted hair. It's such a pain in the ass, but the way they did it is so good, and the fact that they ship it in that case rather than what Hot Toys does with the plastic around it that mats it down to the head.
Don't get me started, man. I remember unboxing that like a Wonder Woman figure or that Batgirl.
I know, or a Black
Batwoman.
Widow with the older ones with the rooted. I give InArt such credit for shipping it that way. I think it was brilliant, and it showcased their product the best way possible. They were very smart with that. But I didn't know that at the time. We didn't know that was going to be the packaging, and I was like, I don't want to deal with maintenance on it, so I went with the sculpted. I'm still happy that I got the sculpted. I'm not disappointed. But for the Batman, I went sculpted because I'm literally never going to use the Bruce Wayne head sculpt on that. So why would I pay more for a rooted hair version that I'm literally never ever going to use?
All right, so the Aragorn though.
That, knowing what they did with the Joker and how they shipped that and the quality of it, anything else where I was going to go unmasked or there's no question of a mask and it's rooted hair with InArt, I'd go rooted.
Especially if you're doing a Gandalf, you can't have a sculpted beard Gandalf.
See,
absolutely. But if it's a hot toy, I want sculpted 100%.
Yeah, what I'm saying is if you're going to go to Lord of the Rings, you want Gandalf and Aragorn. You wouldn't get a sculpted hair Aragorn and then a rooted hair Gandalf because it would just look weird. I think.
Especially if they can pull the beard off the way they did with the Aragorn rooted hair.
Yeah.
If they
Where are
can
you at on that, Shane? You like sculpted or rooted on this?
I like rooted hair. I've always liked the rooted hair. Even as far as it goes, like when Hot Toys did like the Wonder Woman stuff like that, I can mess with the hair and I make it look fairly decent. I can make it look pretty good. With product and all that stuff. But when Hot Toys did their rooted hair, it was like, oh, wow, this is way far from Barbie hair. And then now I see the Joker and I'm thinking, wow, it's so much like Barbie hair now compared to this. Yeah. And even though I still was a big fan of the rooted hair, just because I like to do all the sculpting of it and all that stuff, and fixing it up. But this new hair way is just.
I don't think I have a rooted hair figure in the collection right now. I think I got rid of all of them.
I have.
Pretty sure I did.
Very few.
Yeah,
actually, I think the only ones that I have would be the.
Ooh.
I think I've got Civil War, Black Widow. I think that might be the only rooted hair one that I have.
Yeah.
I think I just have the Wonder Woman. Yeah.
I do have the rooted Joker 2-pack coming.
Wait, oh yeah, the Justice
hopefully
League
next
Wonder
week.
Woman is rooted.
Oh
And
yeah.
I've got that. Yeah.
Yeah, I do have that one. And I was apprehensive about the whole rooted hair thing too when they first announced that, but I figured I'd give them the benefit of the doubt and just,
That was a good roll of the dice there, because the way they shipped it in those like cylinders is absolutely brilliant, especially when you get if you get 2 head sculpts and you're not using them and you want to like have one on like as like a display or something. I don't know if you would, but
I'm excited about it.
It looks so damn, like I said, when I saw that, I was like, okay, you've earned my trust. And I pre-ordered the Batman.
The Batman does look good too. And we know like Hot Toys
looks really good.
Hot Toys teased this with the Batmobile, which we know they're not going to flip
never
make that thing.
No.
And then the Vulture, which they're clearly have no interest in producing, I guess. I don't know. Whatever they got going on. But they're trying to do they're doing a little, dip, dive, dodge, duck, and dive. Or is it dodge, dip, dive, duck, and dodge with in our
Where's my wrench?
Where's my yeah. They're trying to play a little social media game, and Inart came out swinging, man. It's gonna be interesting.
Can you imagine now? I think about it. If somebody were to get this was a premium display, that Inart the Batman with the Jazz Inc. Batmobile from the same movie, that would be a pretty killer display.
Yeah. Don't get me started, man, because I already got one Batmobile that's this damn big. I can't get another one, man. My hat's off to those who have all the Jazz Inc. Batmobiles, because I know there's a lot of you have.
You got to pick and choose which one and prioritize.
Those things
yeah,
it is unbelievable how large that thing is. It's insane. But
that's not what she said to Ryan.
-5 points, but that's that. So anyways, all right, well, we have been here for 52 minutes, which is close enough to an hour. We wrap this up because we've got Call of Duty time, because honestly we've been playing Warzone and we've been doing pretty good on for a bunch of noobs.
That's probably because I haven't been playing for like 2 weeks.
We've come in third on Warzone on quads a number of times. And
out of 3? Nice.
Yeah, and last night came in third again.
We got a second as well.
Oh, we got a second. That's right. We were second. That's right. So we haven't won one yet, but eventually we will get lucky and somebody will die due to gas or something or whatever. But anyways, videos I'm working on, just so you guys know. I've got Quill. I've got the Joker. I've got a Riddler. Mark 46, the reissue, which is still in the box because I haven't had time to mess with that video. And some other things. So hopefully the Joker will come out. I am not getting the gantry, the Neon Tech gantry. I have no interest in that. So I'm sure somebody else will review it, but it won't be me. So anyways, anything coming up on your channel, Brennan?
No, just I do the Monday night comic book streams on Lael's channel.
Right.
Other than that, I do not.
I'm going to try and figure out how to stream Call of Duty so you guys can get a kick out of how terrible we are, because I think it'd be entertaining.
Just set up a Twitch stream.
Well, I got a technology, man. Anyways, this thing. I guess I could stream it straight from my PlayStation. I don't know. I don't own a PC, so it's like I'm not going to buy a gaming PC.
No, you can do it. You can do it directly from the PS5.
Well, that's what I'll probably do. So, well, you can laugh and see how terrible we are. It's kind of funny, but
we get out of situations.
We do. Well, here. Let me just, before we jump out of here. Let's do this. We got a team of 4. All right, and me and Weasel. That's Shane. Weasel will be out there. We'll be fighting people right across the street. We'll be fighting people, and we'll be going, "Hey, there's guys over here. Come on!" And Medic looking at every flipping building to see if he can find something in a freaking supply crate while we're dying across the street.
And then he eventually dies because he's the last one left outnumbered. And then he loses everything that he looted from those buildings.
Yeah. He's like, I got a 3-plate vest and I got this. And I'm like, we're dead.
I ain't got nothing. I'm in the gulag.
We're in the gulag. Come on, me back.
Thanks to my mom.
And they'll be like, dude, come on, help me out here. Like, am I exaggerating? I don't know. No,
and you got Mike that
He
shoots at
is a
everybody.
scavenger.
And then, yeah, we got Mike. Mike plays with us, and he hasn't played for like a month because he's off been doing things with kids and all that kind of. And so he hasn't played. So he comes back, and we got a groove going on. We're doing okay, and we're sneaking around. And Mike goes, "Hey, there's a guy," and he grabs out his sniper rifle and goes, "Boom!" It makes all. And we're like, "Why would you do that?" But
We're
so
still
it's
running.
entertaining. It's entertaining. So that's all I'm saying.
He forgot to fashion a silencer out of a 2-liter bottle of Coke.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So we're having a good time with it, even though we're not good. So there's that. But anyways, we appreciate you guys joining us this evening. If you have questions about Mark V or anything else we talked about, put it in the comment section down below. Otherwise, I'm going to go get me a cranberry Sprite and play Call of Duty. So hope you guys have a good one.
We're
out of here.